Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever you are. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So in our first video, we demonstrated how to create our Mendeley account. Now we want to see how to log into Mendeley account and use this Mendeley account in generating citations and also in generating references. So let us log into our Mendeley account. So with the email we created and the with the email we created, we can now log into our Mendeley account. So I want to log in with my Mendeley account. I'll log into my Mendeley account with the email that we created, and then click on login. So once I click on login, Mendeley will open this way. Now here I have citation plugins for Microsoft Word. You see it installed immediately. I've already been installed. I have the Mendeley reference manager. I've also installed that. And this part I just can just close this. Can close this also. Now here, assuming that you just for me I have installed it, that's why you see it installed. So I want to show light on what happened if you don't install it, if you don't have it installed. Just as you saw that portion being open, there you can just do the installation. But just in case you forget and cancel that part, you come to where we have tools. And then you see we have installed web importer, and then we have Mendeley. Also we have install here it will be installed MS Word plugins. For I have installed this, so you see it will say uninstall. But because you will have to install it, so yours will be install MS Word plugins. Once you perform these two tasks, meaning you are now set to work with Mendeley. Now, what these two does is that for the web importer, it helps us to import reference materials into our Mendeley directly from the web browser. Whatever web browser that you'll be using, once you have this web importer installed, it's an extension. Once the extension part is installed in your web browser, be it Edge, Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, whatever browser it is, Opera Mini or whatever browser it is. Once you install this web importer, you can remain right on that browser, generate or say search for resource materials and just upload them directly into Mendeley. It helps you. And then for the MS Word plugins, what it does is that it is what helps us to generate our Mendeley, to generate our citation and our reference list. So once you have the MS Word plugins installed in your Microsoft Word, whenever you are working with Mendeley, you will certainly have to just go to reference and import your citations, import your reference list, and so forth, which we're going to demonstrate. Now let's go to how to bring in document. Like once you just create an account, you will not have anything here. As you see mine, I having these things here because I put them there. But like for you, there will be nothing there. So let's assume that you want to add documents. This is where you come to. Where you see this add. You see there are three sub um, headings in this area. Let me just enlarge this so we can see what I'm doing. So here we have files, we have edit, we have view, we have tools, we have help. Under that we have pad folders. This SYNC is synchronized. We have help. So help above, help down, it still help. So that here, what this synchronized does is that if we import a document using the web importer on the through our browser, for it to appear in our Mendeley desktop, we have to come to this place where it says synchronize your library with Mendeley's web. Now it means whatever we have put in, it was on the website so that the desktop to have access to what we did online or in our browser, we have to synchronize it and it will automatically be into this Mendeley desktop. And then we have the folders, how to upload documents. Now, so to upload document, we have these options. There are one, two, three, four. There are four options to uploading document. One, we can upload files. We can upload a whole folder. We can watch a folder. We can add manually. But I'm going to throw light on the three escaping watch folder. So one, adding files. Assuming that we have, I click on file. Assuming that we have downloaded some files, I'm just going to use one of these documents as, um, so I use this preaching practice, something like this. So let's assume that this is a file that I want to add. Now, if I have this file in this folder, and there are so many files in this folder that are related to what I'm reading on, what I'm writing on, or what I'm doing. And I don't want to import the entire folder. Instead, I want to import the files. What I do, press down the control key on the computer and then click whatever file I want to select as a scene. Click, click. So I have selected three files with my hands pressed down on the control key. I can select the number of files and then click on open. It opens in the, so you see the three files that I just imported are there. One, two, three. These are the three files I just imported. They are all there now. That's how we import files. One. Also, I may import a folder. Once I click this, the folder that I want to import will open. For example, which one folder we use here? Okay, assuming I want to use this download folder. Once I click this and click OK, the folder, I don't want to put in these things that are there. But once you select the folder and click on the OK button, the folder and everything in that folder will be added. So here you see I have this, I say also import from subfolder. So in this folder, if I have a subfolder or if I have subfolders in this folder, that or all of those subfolders will be uploaded automatically with the corresponding files in them. And that's how it works. Now let's go to the third one, which is I'm saying I'm skipping this. The watch folder, but then the next one is to do it manually. Assuming that I have a book, an article, a newspaper, whatever that I want to reference, but it is hard copied. I don't have a soft copy. So this is how we get to it. I click on, let me go back over here, go to the simply have add on this drop down and come to add entry manually. Now here, select the types of materials you are importing. So here we have bill, book, book section, case, computer program, conference proceedings, encyclopedia, article, frame, generics, and these are the favorite types of document that you want to import. Report, TCs, and so forth. So assuming that I'm importing a book section, I click on this. Now here it asks me for the title of the book, the title of the particular section of the book, the author of that section, the book title, the year, the page number, if it has an abstract, the abstract. Now here I have, if the book has a keywords, the chapter, that I'm, and then, so for example, say chapter 9 talked about a particular thing. So that which that chapter 9 is talking about will be the topic here. And here we'll have chapter, only the number I'm going to put here. So 9. So take for example, say uh, chapter 9 is talking about introduction to the use of Mendeley software. So this will just be, sorry, and then assume that the writer is just something like this. Just for something like that. And then the book title is the use of softwares in research. We just something we're creating. The use of softwares in research. That's the name of the book. But in that book, there's a particular chapter written by Herring, which is called Introduction to the Use of Mendeley. Now, the year of the book, assuming that the book was written 2017, assuming that this is on page 20 to page 29, the range. Now, and then we assume that this is on this is chapter 9. The city in which that book was published, we assume that is in Nairobi, which is something. The edition of the book, we assume that it is edition 3, the third edition. If the book has editors, then we list the editors. So let's assume that we don't have editors for this book, and then the publisher. So we use this let's say Spongers are the one who published the book. If the book have a web, the URL, we put it in. The RS, the RSS, the ISBN, so it's the 97989. We just put in a number. I just put in something to just show what it is. So this is how it works. So if I have all the information of the book that I want to reference, that section of the book I want to reference, this is how it will go like. And then once I'm done, I click save. That information is there automatically. See Nelson Hall, introduction to Mendeley, introduction to the use of Mendeley, and the use of Rashman, that's the name of the book, and so forth. The time it have been added, all of the information. Now I have added information from the computer manually. Now let's go to how it works um, when we are citing. Mm, So we want to try it with those few things we added from the computer. First of all, I'm looking at it from the computer point. Then we'll do another one from the web page into our Mendeley, coming back to the Mendeley desktop and flowing. So assuming that I have this work, I want to create just a random text. Uh, create this random text, have it this way. So we want to create our first citation. So say we're starting with this statement. Video provides powerful way to help you provide and prove your point. So we have this statement. Assume that we have read this document from someone, you say according to this or whatever. as you do. So I'm putting my citation at the end of this statement. Better still, you can put it before the statement or at the end of the statement. So I'm coming to references, come to insert citation. Here, I can come to go to Mendeley. It opens my Mendeley. So this is the reference I will use. Then I come to cite. You see here, Nelson 2017. There was the reference that we added manually. If I want to add additional information, like maybe to this next or this first lesson, I want the next reference or the first reference I want to have, I want it start with this sentence. That's the citation is in a statement form. So I go back to the same way, reference, insight, go to Mendeley, and take this one that I had here, report on this one, and come to cite. Now, I give it the space, start with a lowercase. Here, it should not start with a cap, it should not be in a parenthesis. It's not a parenthetical citation that we're doing. So I remove the parenthesis around this, remove this comma, come to this, put the year in parenthesis, and then click aside. Once you click aside, you will be asked undo manual edit, keep manual edit. So I want to keep manual edit. This will not change the format in any way when I'm generating my reference list. So I'm saying, but 2020, when you click this, assuming that this is what she said in this statement or the writer said in this statement, and I move on with that. That's how we add references, citation, sorry. Now let's create our reference list. So give it this page, reference list will be on a single page, on its own page. So I create this page and I want to create my references. I have added 2 citations in the body of my work and I want to generate a reference list. With Mendeley, I don't need to stress myself or write other things. Just what I have done, Mendeley will bring it for me. So I go to references the same way. Here, instead of insert references, you see insert bibliography. And then once you click on insert bibliography, automatically, bam, Mendeley have generated our reference list. So you see Nelson H 2017 introduction to this in the use of this is the book, third edition, page this. Information on the book is there, and also this article that we cited is there. And you have it. So I have added 2 citations in the body of the work. I generated the reference list. Go on. Now with this, you don't need to generate reference list again. Any other things you add to this work will automatically generate in a reference list. For example, so I come here, let me add a reference here other than the 2 that we have added. So I go to references, insert, go to Mendeley. I'm going to use 3 different references so we can see what I'm talking about. Assume I click this, and this. And I come to cite. Everything has been added. Assuming they are starting from the beginning. So here I will remove this parenthesis around. So remove this comma. Come to this, put this in parenthesis. Put this in parenthesis. Remove this comma. Put this in parenthesis. Put this in parenthesis. Remove this comma. Put this in parenthesis. And click outside. They say I'm keeping this manual correction I did. Now see, I have added 1, 2, 3. 3 citations have been added to the previous 2 citations we had. So let's see what will happen in our reference list. Voila. A, B, and this were the 2 that we had. The 2 that we had was this Paul and Nelson were the two we had initially. Now we added Aitor, we added Portrait, we added Fuller. So that's how Mendeley will generate this for us automatically. So any other thing you add, you don't need to worry. Mendeley will bring it for you just as you saw what I have done. Thank you as we move on.